well, and I suspect he'll be back in the saddle in a day or two, I would think, and I hope.
Yes. I'm sure he's watching from home.
Hopefully that'll help him now, because these can be pretty dry. Last week, you may recall, I asked Commissioner Burek if he would chair the meeting, and he agreed to, and he did a wonderful job. Well, this week, I've asked Commissioner Spielvogel if she would like to chair the meeting. She has agreed to, and I'm sure she's going to do an equally wonderful job. So with that, I'll turn the meeting over to you, and thank you for your willingness to run the meeting.
Well, and thank you for offering. You're quite welcome. So you've called the meeting to order, and we will now have a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. If everybody would please rise. And Dan, I will ask you to lead us, please.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And a brief moment of here, out here, out here, out
Here.
Excellent. We do have a quorum, and we will move on to the explanation of procedures to the audience. First, if anybody has any electronic devices, would you please silence them and put them on vibrate? And also that we do have 2 times for public comment. One will be at the beginning of the meeting, and one will be at the end of the meeting. You can choose to speak at both or none, whatever is your pleasure to do so. And also that we are live streaming, and that if you would have comments, to keep them to government issues that pertain to county government. If it's somewhere involving a representative that you have a question, you could contact the representative's office. Something with our senator, you can contact our senator's offices. Okay? Very good. We will move on to row officer reports and comments. I don't see any of the row officers here. And we will open it up to our first opportunity for public comments. Public comments, would you please state your name?
Angela Parada, Nctv45.
There you go.
Thank
Good
you.
morning, good to see you.
Good to
Very
see
good. If you could keep your comments to less than 5 minutes, that would be great.
I'll be really
You got it.
I want to thank the commissioners for their citation for Nctv45. I had received one from Pennsylvania State Senate and also the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and Till College for Till College Pettis Medal Award. And thank you folks for recognizing those accomplishments and achievements. Thanks.
Our pleasure.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. And I will explain, and I don't know if it's because of my police background, that when you say citation, I just want to say that you're not charged with that. You did not receive a violation of the law. A citation is similar to a proclamation where you are being honored for your efforts in a certain arena. I just felt that I had to clarify that. Okay. Very good. We'll move on to fiscal and contractual. We have no repository properties, no reasonable proposals coming in, no receipts. We do have 3 warrant registers dated December 11th, 12th, and 14th. Dan, I will give you a minute to review them. I will review as well. And if there are no questions, then I'll take a motion to accept.
I will move to accept the warrant registers as submitted.
And I will second. Any further discussion, anything? Vanessa,
Commissioner Steelvogel?
yes?
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Very good, thank you. We'll move down to minutes and correspondence, and again, we will review the minutes of Tuesday, December 12th meeting. And if we see nothing out of the ordinary, I'm gonna take a motion to accept those. A lot of action last
I'll
week.
say.
I got the easy week, I think.
I'll move for the adoption of the minutes.
And I will second. Any questions, corrections? Okay, Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion
Motion
carries.
carries. Very good. We do have, under presentation of written communications on behalf of, from Gateway Engineers on behalf of Pennsylvania American Water Company. And this is an application for an NPDES permit for, on behalf of Pennsylvania American Water Company, in accordance with DEP's land use policy, county notification of planned application for NPDES permit letter that is to be submitted with our permit application to Lawrence County Conservation District, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Signed sincerely, Brian W. O.P.E., representing Pennsylvania American Water Company. We receive the notifications. We don't vote yes or no on whether they're legal or not legal. We just accept that they have been given, we have been given notice that they are making application. So Dan, if you see nothing unusual about that, I'll take a motion.
I'll be glad to move that we accept the document from Gateway Engineers as submitted.
Thank you. I will second that. No further comments. Vanessa?
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes?
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Very good, thank you. Okay, we'll move to staff reports. I think, Becky, you're here for something on the agenda, right? Okay. We will go to commissioner reports and comments. Brian is not here. Dan, you are next.
Thank you, Commissioner Steelvogel. Right at this time, I don't believe I have anything to offer. If I think of something later, I'll ask for the opportunity to do so, but otherwise I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, and I'm the same. We will just, if I think of something at the end of our meeting, we'll go from there. But if not, we will then move to our resolutions on the table. Okay, we are a little bit, we changed the format to accommodate and take care of the resolutions that we have on the table because we are going to act on those. So one of our resolutions that I would ask to come off of the table is Resolution R 2022-141. And this is a resolution for discussion and possible approval to designate Lawrence County Economic Development as the Industrial Development Organization of Lawrence County. This is a previous resolution that was on the table. Jan, do you have a wish to move that from the table?
I will move to take proposed resolution 141 of 2022 off of the table.
And I will second that. Any further discussion on that movement? Vanessa?
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And now we will act on that resolution. Resolution being discussion and possible approval to designate Lawrence County Economic Development as the Industrial Development Organization of Lawrence County. Will you make that motion, Dan?
Not at this time, no.
Since there's no further action on that, that motion is not moved forward. And that will be no longer on the agenda. No movement for it, it will be removed. without further action, since we do not have a motion. The second one is a resolution for discussion and possible approval of Tremco Roofing to develop specifications and obtain roofing proposals for the re-roofing projects at the courthouse, Children and Youth Services Building, and the district attorney's operational center. Do I have a motion to remove that from the table?
Also move.
And I will second. No further discussion, Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel,
Yes?
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Very good. That motion has been removed from the table. I will now take a motion to approve. We did not give this a number.
We did not. It'll be 482.
Thank you.
You're asking for a motion for approval of proposed resolution 482.
Yes, and that is to move to approve Tremco Roofing to develop specifications and obtain roofing proposals for the re-roofing projects at the courthouse, Children and Youth Services Building, and the district attorney's operational center. Will you so move?
I will move, but before I do so, looking at our agenda, there is an item here, Roman numeral 8, number 3, that says motion to amend the agenda. You see that? Was there, did the solicitor recommend that be included there?
That's always been on the agenda. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not specific
no,
to these
that's
matters.
usually underneath the.
I see, I
take
see.
We
resolutions on the
changed
table. Just the order.
It threw me off a little bit as well,
Gotcha.
but then I did remember that we wanted to remove certain things and,
Yes.
and that on the advice of the solicitor for this agenda for these items to
Jason reviewed
move it to a different spot.
Thank you, I
Yes.
appreciate the clarification. I just want to make sure we didn't jump
Yes.
over it. So again, you've asked me to make a motion for consideration, since it's now off of the table,
Correct.
for proposed resolution 482,
482.
dealing with Tremco Roofing. I'll so move.
I will second. Any further discussion?
My understanding is that this has been tabled to allow us to do a little more investigation, exploration. I think Commissioner Burek spoke with a couple neighboring counties
Yes.
who have utilized this firm.
Yes.
He received positive feedback. So I don't like to speak for him, but I think he feels comfortable with us.
Yes, and our solicitor has reviewed the contract, so we are all, I think that, thank you to Brian for taking care of that and doing, and following through with it. Yes,
Thank you. I appreciate that. And
Okay.
I'm ready to vote whenever you call the vote.
very good. Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Very good. And now we will move on to new business for our new resolutions. And the first one we have is a resolution for, a resolution number, Vanessa.
483.
There we go. Okay. Resolution for discussion and possible approval to designate Lawrence County Economic Development as the Industrial Development Organization of Lawrence County. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second it. Further discussion?
My understanding is that the solicitor has recommended that we adopt this newly proposed clean resolution, if you wish to
Yes.
call it that. It is somewhat redundant in that
Yes.
back in 2003, 20 years ago, the board at that time, which predates both you and me,
Yes.
the board did take action to designate. However, I believe one of the recommendations of the solicitor is that language in this proposed resolution does bring it up to date in terms of the physical location of the
Yes.
agency, which at the time, 20 years ago, was at a different location here in the city. So based upon the advice of legal counsel, do you need the motion or you need the motion
Yes.
for 483?
Yes.
Also move.
And I have a second. Further discussion? Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I believe briefing. We did vote.
You did.
Thanks.
So you can go to number 3.
It's a little confusing.
I know.
So we had two
So
copies in our packet, is
there
that
you go.
right?
You,
Right.
I gave you the table one just so you would see from the previous,
Yes.
and then the new one with today's date.
Are they worded exactly the
They
same?
are.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's like,
So we can skip over the one that's in our packet because we
Yeah,
already
you can, yeah, you can actually go to the number 3.
Okay, then we will go to,
And that would be number 484.
484. Okay. All right. And this is a resolution for discussion and possible approval to allocate $200,000 from our American Rescue Plan fundings to Beaver County Community College. My apologies. Butler County Community College. And that is 484.
Yes.
I'll also move for consideration.
And I have a second. Further discussion, Dan, please.
And then I know we have representatives of the institution here. They, of course, are currently, do have a location in our county out in Union
Yes.
Township, which we greatly appreciate. We've had a number of discussions with the management team from the college. I believe we had asked through the planning office to see if they could consult with our auditors and accountants to determine whether this is restricted or non-restricted. Was a determination made that we can use restricted
Yes.
funds? Is that my understanding?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Obviously, as noted here, the resolution states that the dollars that we are allocating from the ARPA funds will be earmarked for enhancements and capital improvements to their Lawrence County building. That's the way the resolution is worded. And I think that would be an excellent investment. We, again, we've always appreciated the fact that this organization has a presence in our county. And they've done a lot of good things, and they've educated a lot of young people, and probably middle-aged and older people too, but they've done very well. So I'm happy to make the motion to approve it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Sure. And I think we did have the motion and the second, yes, okay. And I would just reiterate what Dan has said as well, that you've been an anchor here. We want to keep you as an anchor here, and we are happy that you are choosing to stay here and be here. And you know, with COVID happening, enrollments down and hopefully, you know, resurging, and you know, online classes and remote learning and things, it's just a sign of the times that things need to change, and you have to enhance it and make the improvements as you need to offer different classes, more classes, and just meet the needs of the students that you are attracting. So I am more than happy to know that we are, as commissioners, able to assist in keeping you here in Lawrence County.
If I may,
Absolutely.
and I it's probably the second time I've already done this today, and I don't like to speak for Commissioner Burek, but I think it's safe to say
Yes,
that he would be in accord with this based
Without
on
a
the
doubt.
conversations and
Yes.
discussions we've had.
yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Okay, hearing no further discussion, Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Planning, okay. Becky is here from planning and she's going to tell us about the next resolution that we want to discuss and possibly approve a contract with Horizon Construction.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so finally, we have made a decision on our DCNR grant that we received for Quaker Falls. We advertised in October, we had bids due in November. And then we had the solicitor and engineer in our office kind of review everything. And we, with your approval, are going to award to our lowest responsible bidder, Horizon Construction Group Incorporated. They are out of Santa Fe, and the actual bid for the award amount would be $199,950. And that's about. We did have references. We checked out all the references, and they've done work at Tuning State Park and also Marine. So I feel confident in this group. So we hope to have a good project.
So what are just some basics of it?
Okay.
Yes.
So we are doing a pavilion, picnic shelter. We are, and with that will be, picnic tables. Some extension of the walkway and 2 overlooks over the falls.
Yes.
So I believe that helps in the safety of people trying to get a good look.
Get that good picture.
So we're excited to, this was originally in the very first phase. Way out, the prices were phenomenal. Anyway, so here we are, 4 or 5 years later, hopefully doing what we set out to do. So, looking forward to it. So I don't know, I'm assuming probably springish, after the rain, if we get rain in the spring to start. So,
Very good. Dan, anything before I ask for a motion, or if you're ready to, this is 485.
yes.
Now, I have a couple questions, but they're not related to this. So if you're asking for a motion for this, I'll make it.
Okay, and I will second. And further discussion?
I'm fine.
You're fine with this one? Okay, so we have a motion and a second, and further discussion. Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Good, thank
Am I in
you.
order before Rebecca leaves?
Please,
I've got
please do, yes.
two questions to pose, both with Joe being here as well. Can one or both of you bring us up to speed on, I guess we have until the end of the calendar year to apply for a safety grant from the insurance board at
Right.
CCAP. And I think the intent was to utilize those funds to enhance.
Yes, that will supplement the grant funding, with the overlooks being the safety devices and the railings, the safety devices on the overlooks is what the safety grant will be utilized for.
And I'm assuming we'll get the proposal in before the deadline.
Yeah,
Hasn't been done so already.
It's ready to go,
Okay,
so
great.
we just like Friday, Amy had sent over the estimate, the budget and so forth that we need for it, so.
Good, that's great. That'll enhance
Yes.
this, make it even better, make it even safer. The second thing, I want to compliment Rebecca on something. I was going through some of my emails over the weekend, and one of the things I have to do periodically is, by way of the website and the computer, have to electronically sign a document and send it. And I thought perhaps something had gone wrong when I hit the send button, and I was a little concerned that maybe it didn't go through. So I sent Rebecca an email, it was either Saturday or Sunday, and she responded on Sunday. And I've since written to her and thanked her. I guess it did go through, didn't it? Even though I thought it didn't. I know it went through, so that's great. But I then reminded her that weekends are your That's your family time, that's your personal time. I didn't expect you to respond on a Sunday. I appreciate that you did,
Right.
but just because I work on a weekend doesn't mean you have to. So, thank
One of
you.
the rest for sure.
Well, I didn't, again, thank you for doing that.
You are welcome.
We start those emails or those text messages with hate to bother you.
Yeah,
It's like, no, you don't, but you do
So-
anyway, you can't escape us.
I appreciate it.
In the future, just wait till Monday morning and then we can worry.
No
But I
worries.
wanted to express my appreciation to Rebecca. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you again.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, Merry Christmas. Yes. All right.
Thank you for allowing me to
Oh, no,
mention this.
absolutely not. Anytime that we can compliment someone that, you know, all of our employees work every in response to different things. I know when I see on my emails, they say, send this during normal working hours. It's like, what is a normal
Are
working
there- is there such a
hour?
thing?
Yeah. Yes. Okay, 486, yes? Okay. This is a budget to, a resolution for discussion with possible approval to amend the budget for the DA forfeiture collection. And this resolution states that we are increasing the revenue for the DA forfeiture account by $32,000 and increasing the expense, DA forfeiture expenses account by $32,000. And the reason being forfeiture collections exceeded budgeted revenues. And I don't know whether that's good or bad, but that's just my own personal comments. No, I know it's good,
In your own.
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Good for us, not so good for
I
Rebecca.
like that answer.
Is it? Okay, I will take a motion to approve 486,
I'll so move.
and I will second. Any further discussion? Dan? No? Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes?
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thank you. And we will go to, the next resolution, 487. This is a resolution, authorization is hereby given to the appropriate administrative officials to transfer a total of $1,608 described in detail on the attachments designated as T202353, and that is just for a transfer of funds from Commissioner's Travel and Training for background and drug testing to Human Resources. Do I have a motion?
I'll so move.
I will second. Any further discussion, Dan? Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thank you. 488, this is a resolution authorization is hereby given to the appropriate administrative officials to transfer a total of $996 described in detail on the attachments designated 202354. And this is for the treasurer. It is from the public defender contingency for tax refunds, to process the tax refunds. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I will second. Any further discussion? Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
And this is resolution 489. Authorization is hereby given to the appropriate administrative officials to transfer a total of $254,600 described in detail on the attachments. And this is numerous attachments. There's a question on any of them before we make a motion, Dan, please, but I will just, these are end of year transfers going to, from different areas to get to,
Or, sorry, benefits that the departments are responsible
there you go. Great explanation as I'm reading through them all. May I have a motion for 489?
I will make that motion.
And I will second. Any discussion? Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Okay. And then we do have a list of administrative transfers, Dan. Would you be okay if we could take them all at one time?
I'd be happy to put it that way.
Excellent. See, you taught us well in this gift time of you. The first one, voters from various accounts to various accounts for $51,000. Maintenance from maintenance and repairs to major contingency, $50,000. Contingency to equipment maintenance for $300. Domestic relations from travel and training to credit checks for $300. Domestic relations from travel and training to water sewage for $70. Profanatory from contingency to advertising for $1,000. Profanatory from contingency to postage for $400. That's it.
That's it.
Okay, we have. Do I have a motion to approve the 7 administrative transfers?
So moved.
I will second. Vanessa?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay. We have no ordinances. We are down to our announcements. The next commissioners meeting will be held on Thursday, December 28th at 10 o'clock in this meeting room. The courthouse will be closed on Monday, December 25th through Wednesday, December 27th in observance of the Christmas holiday. The courthouse will be closed on Monday, January 1st in observance of New Year's Day. The swearing-in ceremony will be held on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 at 11 a.m. in courtroom number 1. The first commissioners meeting of 2024 will be held on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 at 1:00 p.m. in the commissioners meeting room. The annual salary board meeting will be held on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 at 2 p.m. in the commissioners meeting room. Any other meetings? Okay, that covers it all.
Yeah.
Very good.
So,
All righty. And we are down to our second opportunity for public comments. If there's anyone choosing to make public comment, please step forward.
Thank you. Hello there.
Introduce yourself.
I'm happy and honored to. My name is Dr. Nick Newpower. I'm the president of Butler County Community College. And I really appreciate this terrific opportunity to represent the college at this meeting, and also on the back end of your support to Butler County Community College, the county that you serve, your constituency, our students for BC3 at Lawrence Crossing. Community colleges came to the Commonwealth in 1963 when the state legislation passed the Community College Act. It was a couple of years later that the Butler County Board of Commissioners supported community colleges coming to the western side of the state as serving as a local sponsor for Butler County Community College. Our presence in Lawrence County has been since the 1980s. Not only have we offered courses in various high schools, dual enrollment, non-credit courses, but we've been in a number of locations and have established a site in Lawrence County. And not in a particular order, but we've been at the VOTEC, the Lawrence County Learning Center, the Sankey Center, the City Mission Building. And since 2007, 2008, we've been in Union Township at Lawrence Crossing. As a longtime resident of Elwood City and Lawrence County, that location held a significance. That's where Riley's Fun Spot used to be. We all spent time at Riley's Fun Spot. I'll tell you, looking back to 07, 08, as a fresh-faced president appointed in 07, the first big strategic move that I made, as supported by our Board of Trustees, was to expand our services in Lawrence County with the 25,000 square foot facility at BC3 at Lawrence Crossing. Since that time, that location alone has serviced 9,000 credit students. I'm blessed to be with Director Sean Carroll. And of course, this community was blessed to have the late Diane DeCarbo before Sean in that capacity. When you consider other services that Lawrence County residents take advantage from BC3, first responder, public safety, online courses, some will make the trip to Butler Township, our main campus. Your investment, rest assured, is going a long way for the citizens of your terrific county. These are very unique times. As a matter of fact, the funding to BC3 ties to what we're all still dealing with, and that's the impact of COVID. COVID's certainly impacted the world, the nation, and organizations. We know that. It hit community colleges especially hard. We are all very aware of the demographic cliff that our country faces, particularly in Pennsylvania and Western Pennsylvania. But it was our trade publication about a year ago that had a spread that talked about the state with too many colleges and universities. And that state is our Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So we're dealing with COVID. We have a declining number of high school graduates, and there are a lot of colleges and universities that are around. To that point, Governor Shapiro has appointed a committee to take a deeper look at post-secondary education. And the results of that report will be coming out in January. So interesting times, but you all, along with Commissioner Burek, need to be applauded to keep BC3 part of this community, to allow our affordable, accessible, and high-quality education to impact your constituency, your citizens. And we're very proud that you recognize BC3 in that capacity. I can assure you that this will go a long way in us continuing to offer our services on behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, but most importantly, our students, most importantly, the students who reside in Lawrence County. Thank you, a heartfelt thank you. We appreciate your support. Have a great holiday season, and thank you again.
Thank you, Commissioner Spielvogel. Gentlemen, we appreciate your joining us today. And it's been a real honor to work with you over the years. I was a commissioner when you did expand into Lawrence County. And since then, during that time and since, we've had a great working relationship. We sometimes overlook the economic impact of what you do, the fact that you employ people here, the fact that people that you educate, many of them stay here and work here. And so there is an economic impact by having your presence in Lawrence County. One minor clarification to something you said. Are you not a native of Elport?
Yes, I
You said
am.
Elwood City, but I thought, well, if Mayor Cisco is listening or Tax Collector Foley, they might take exception. So
Yes.
let the record show that Dr. Newpower is a native of the borough of Elport.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You had an Elwood City mailing address.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
We can't overlook the wonderful people in Elport
That's
Borough.
right, that's absolutely.
We've, since we've received the American Rescue Plan dollars, we've made a conscientious effort to identify areas where we feel that these dollars can pay strong dividends. And this is certainly one of them. One of the other areas that's education related early on, you might recall, we did make an allocation to Westminster College, and that was towards the nursing, towards the nursing program that they offer there. Okay, thank you for reminding me of that. But we, to close, we're so glad to have you here. We recognize the challenges that your, I'll call it your industry is facing. And we want to do all that we can to keep you here. Hopefully the steps we took today will help in that regard. And this will be the third time I've said it. I don't want to speak for Commissioner Burek, but
we can.
I think he would certainly feel likewise. He's proud of the fact that during his first term as commissioner, he had interaction with your organization as well. So I'm sure if he were here today, he'd be in accord. So I'll turn it back over to the chair, and thank you.
No, thank you. Just reiterating what Dan said, and of course what Brian would be saying. Having discussion with it, wanting you to stay in Lawrence County, knowing the difficulties that not just your institution is facing, but a lot of them are. We're happy to be able to assist you. And speaking of Westminster, I know part of the conversation was that BC3 does send their students to Westminster. I have sort of feeder classes that you have, and then they make next steps to go to Westminster. So knowing that we assist with those things, and yes, the ARPA funds are a one-time shot in the arm, and I think we are doing a good job in distributing them in those areas that we know that they can be effective, and where the one-time need is there, that we can rest assured that we're doing the right things for Lawrence County and our students, our residents, and those that, anybody, myself, wanting to pursue any type of a class or associate's degree or something. There's a wide variety of classes that are offered. So very happy in my term to have had the opportunity to be a member of the advisory board, to interact with your staff, the advisory board, the passion that all of you show for what you do. It can't help but just bubble and overflow to other people in other areas. So thank you much for the opportunities that I have had, that we have had to engage with you, and much success in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, any other comments? Dan, anything else you want to add?
No, I just thank you for your willingness to
Sure.
run today's meeting. Let the record show that Commissioner Spielvogel got this all done in 45 minutes. Probably would have taken me an extra half hour. You're very, very efficient.
Brian wasn't here. I can't have that go by the wayside. I want that put in the minutes. That's the first thing he'll say when he comes back. I'll get a phone call or a text. Yeah.
Also, just wish all of our residents a safe, enjoyable holiday season, a very Merry Christmas, and a very happy New Year, and happy holidays to everybody.
Yes.
You and your family.
Yes, well, everybody. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Absolutely. Joe or Vanessa? Anything else? I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I will second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We are adjourned.
Joe, you can turn off the
Yes.
computer. Thank you. Thanks, Joe.
Lowe's knows the best deals are the ones that keep on giving. So don't miss our 25 days of deals, where you can discover these last-minute offers. Buy now, pay later with Lowe's Pay.